Okay, let's trade back to our chart. You can notice that the market has given me a sign that the market is willing to sell with this candlestick pattern here. Now, candlesticks tend to tell you a story. And if you're a good trader, you do not argue with the chart. You see that the market came in momentum here and it got to this level. And it came here and it showed this doji candlestick acting as a form of indecision, telling that they might not be willing to continue going. And the next candlestick it printed was a hanging man, telling you that they are ready to drop. Now, the next week's candlestick has printed a sell-off candlestick. Now, this market for me is it's overdue for a correction. It's completely overdue for a correction. And if you are a Fibonacci trader, whatever you used to trade, if you are in the intermediate class and we have just recently covered Fibonacci, you see that I'm looking for the market to get at least the first Fibonacci level of 23.6 or 38.2 preferably. So I've been in this cell, so we'll be looking. Let's get that out. For me, on the weekly time frame, this market is looking like a sell. So we'll boil back down to the daily time frame. And when you see one candlestick pattern in one time frame, it tells you of on a method of a different candlestick pattern in a smaller time frame. Now, in our smaller time frame, we have seen a clear double top, and we are currently at the neckline. Now, if you've been in my classes before on chart pattern, I'll tell you when trading a double top or a double bottom pattern, when you enter your first entries at the top, which you should have entered at least from Tuesday. Now, your first take profit should be at the neckline. Your trading is reactive, not predictive. So we're waiting for a break of this neckline and a retest to continue our sale. So that's what we'll be looking for. We'll be waiting for a break of the neckline and a retest to 2.0315 2.0300 for a confirmation of this sale. Now we're waiting for a break, then a retest of this sale to continue. That is for GBP NZD. Now, if you were part of if you were in the class last week, you have seen my analysis on Bitcoin. We did a quick take analysis on Bitcoin because of what we saw in the charts. Now, I told you people then that Bitcoin looked as if it was going to form a head and shoulder pattern. It had not made this move down, and we're looking for our buy at this shoulder level. Then I said, as a caveat, that if this support level doesn't hold, we'll be waiting for a retest of this our trend line because the market has broken above the trend line, created a double top here, an inside structure double top, and continued its way down. So we're waiting for the market to come back and retest the bottom of this trend line, which coincidentally might line up with this level of support. So for now, the market is in a downtrend. Now, fundamentally, Bitcoin in the last 2-3 years has had a positive correlation with things with the S&P 500. So when there's been a rally, there has been a rally in Bitcoin. If there's a dip, there's a slight correction too. So currently, during the economic tensions between, please turn down your mic. Please turn down your mic. Mr. Prime, turn down your mic. Thank you very much. Okay, where were we? Now, during the current tensions, investors tend to look for safe havens and they tend to put their money in commodities and they pull their money out of things like stocks and indices. So when there is a correlation, which it is not a correlation is not a sure banker, it can always change, but it gives us an indication as to what is currently happening in the market. So when there is a correlation like this and investors are pulling out of the market, we can also check our chart for S&P 500 because FSP allows you to trade futures or S&P 500. you will notice that there has been a dip. So if Bitcoin, if the big investors do not see Bitcoin as a commodity and rather they see it as a different investment vehicle and correlated with the S&P 500 or US 500, however you may call it, we might still see a considerable dip. Now we're waiting for the level, our first level will be around 35,000. And if there's a break below that, we'll be looking at 28 to 29,000 for Bitcoin. Now, USDs are. Sorry, are you following me? I need to know that you're following me. I like an interactive class, so I won't be talking
Yes,
to
we're
myself.
following you. We're
Yes,
following
sir,
you.
we are following you,
So
sir.
I'm not following you. I'm just joining. Please, just
Okay,
go back a little.
Thank you, and you're welcome. It won't be fair to the other people who have been following me. So we'll just catch up on this current pair we're about to do. Mr. Joshua, come. Thank you.
Make me a co-host.
Okay, sir. I am looking for you, sir. Just
Have you seen it?
yes, sir. You are now a co-host, sir. All right. This is USD ZAR. Now, if you've been taught divergence, this is as textbook as divergence can be. This is a regular bullish divergence. You see that price on your daily time frame made a lower, kept on going low, made a lower low with this move from here to here. But my oscillator refused to do the same thing. It just stayed where it is. Now that's telling me that there's the momentum of that move because oscillators tend to measure momentum. That's what they are used for. I wouldn't use them as an indicator to find an entry, rather to study the momentum of the market. Now, here there was a clear bullish divergence, and the market has started to play out the divergence. But now it has brought itself back to a previous area of support, turned resistance, turned back. So here, this zone, he acted out in this zone, he acted out again in this zone, he acted out again in this zone. So I'm watching the market to get back to this zone. So if for USD ZAR, I'll go to a lower time frame and look for a pullback. If in H4, we can get a pullback in H4, I'll be looking to enter a buy and ride the market back up. If in H4, I don't know, my chart is not going to H4. If in H4, I'll be looking to ride the market back up. Now, let's go back to Brent. If you've been following the classes, you know that I like to do my analysis on commodities. Now, we've been looking at Brent oil for the past couple of, this is on monthly time frame. Let's head back down to weekly time frame. For the past couple of weeks, and Brent has been overstretched for a buy, and we're waiting for the sell to commence. And although there is current tension, which has literally forced this market to not sell, but last week there was enough sell pressure to at least shake off some pips. Because when the market has not, as long as the market has not dropped some of those pips off, it is more difficult to continue the buy. So you will notice that the RSI on the daily has come out of overbought zone, creating enough space for this market to continue going up. Now, what this market is looking like, the structure is printing enough structure to indicate sell. But however, because of the current tensions for now, I don't think crude oil will be selling until at least it creates a perfect double top or an extended double top or something. So for now, if you see a pullback, yes, the current trend is an uptrend, but buy with caution. As I rightfully put it out last week when the market was still here, last 2 weeks, sorry, when the market was still here, and we spotted out this candlestick sign, and I was telling you that I was going to draw this trend line and wait for any bounce on the trend line and enter a buy. And you can see I still have some buy positions. So this market for me might continue buying until there's de-escalation of that tension. So every pullback now is just giving us an entry for a buy. But if you are buying this market, I always advocate that you trade with your stop loss and trade with a tight stop loss because you are here to make profit. And for now, the stronger market trend is in an uptrend until the market says otherwise. For me, that would be the top of my analysis. I hope Mr. Josh has some other pairs to add. But in the meantime, I'll use this now I have your attention. I'll use this opportunity to let you people know about the upcoming seminar that UTB Academy Sorry, please turn down your mic, Mr.
So please,
Armstrong.
if you're still talking.
No, Mr. Armstrong, I'm still talking. Turn down your mic.
Emma, please make me. Okay, we already have co-host. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. So this is what I wanted to show you people. I don't know whose mic keeps on echoing, but a lot of you have, I don't know, maybe spent money buying robots that I am. Someone's mic is causing an echo. Please turn down your mic. Thank you very much.
Emma, check
Yes,
if
sir.
your YouTube is on. Check if your YouTube is on. If your live stream is on, if the live stream is on, that is what causes that most times. There's nobody that is unmuted except me now. Check if you're if you're live on YouTube. That's you, or you put it up, it will stop.
Okay, yes, you're correct. I was live on YouTube. I apologize for assuming someone's mic was on. Okay, so I was using this opportunity to tell you about the seminar that UTB Academy is hosting. A lot of you have spent money buying robots and not knowing what exactly you are buying. And don't you think it's time you learn how to build your own robots? Because you don't need any background knowledge of programming. It is easier than you can imagine. And designing a custom indicator that will work for you, because what work for you might not work for trader B, might not work for trader C. So if you check the chat, I'll drop a link where you can sign up on how to learn how to make your robot. Now, with that said, Mr. Josh, please, thank you. You can take the floor. Let me drop the link on the chat group.
Robinson.
Hello, Robinson. Do you have an analysis for us?
This said I should drop COT.
Okay.
Okay,
yes,
Robinson, continue with COT, please. I just entered. Let me tidy up. I'll join. Just continue to COT. I'll present my own part of it. Just continue to COT. Emma, make him a co-host. Make him a co-host so that he can continue.
All right. Robinson, go ahead. You're a co-host. Hello, Robinson.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Now, I'll use the opportunity. If there's anyone in the room that has a pair they would like to analyze or a question they would like to ask, please feel free to indicate by raising up your hand. Thank you. Mr. Robinson, you have the floor.
Okay. Let me just I'm coming, trying to log into my Excel. Okay.
You're ready, so I can stop sharing.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Okay. This is the COT data for the week. What I have on my list from the data released, we have the strong, we have the weak, and we have the mixed strength. What we want to know, this COT is going to tell us informations about sentimental analysis and also give us a background on what the big boys are doing in the market. Where are they putting their interest? Where are they putting their money? The currencies they are putting their money and the currencies they are removing their money. So it's not a class for me to lecture on this. I will just give what we have and then I'll leave the room for the next person to make their input. So on the strong pairs, we have GBP. GBP is gaining more strength. You can see from this duration of 8 weeks, from here to this place, 8 weeks, the net position of GBP has been going out from negative to positive. It has been reducing drastically. Right now, this previous week that just passed, we are having 2K long, 2K position. That's the net position. And from the changes that have been occurring, you discover that they have been adding more of long and removing more of the short, which means they have interest in buying GBP. If you look at the percentage long, it has been increasing from 11, from this 8, from 11.2%. Last week, it got to 25.7%, which means they have interest in longing GBP. You can also look at the short from 35.9%, it fell to 24.5%. So GBP for me is strong. GBP is strong. And mind you, it has been strong for a while. They may start doing some pullbacks. They may start doing some pullbacks. Please, a minute, let me just respond to this. Okay, so GBP is strong. The next one we have is Euro. Euro is very much strong. Last week, I told my people that not the strongest. If you look at the chart, the data that has been released, you can see that Euro moved from negative and it has been appreciating. From here, this 8 now, if you go up, it has been appreciating 6K, 24K, 31K, went down to 29, rose immediately to 38, and right now, Euro is at 47K net position, which means they have more interest in longing GBP. And that is why you have been seeing GBP in buying. That is why you see it buying, because of the data, what they have been doing behind that you are not seeing. Okay, so GBP is euro, I mean to say, euro is very much strong. You can see they are adding more longs than short. But mind you, trading it, you trade it with your strategy that's been long for a while, for a long time. So we should soon be expecting it to start retracing. So euro is very strong. Sentimentally, they have been removing the shorts, adding long positions. Removing short, adding long positions. If you look at the long percentage, the long percentage has been increasing from 29.5 to 31%, while the short side went from 30.5 to 24.3. So they are removing shorts and they are adding more long. So they have been buying euro. And if you look at the chart too, they have been buying euro. That is true, GBP euro. Another one is USD. Despite the fact that USD has been selling against GBP and euro, you can see it does not make it to be weak. USD, from data release on our screen here, USD is strong. Okay, USD from this 8 is 36K. It was just, moving, just within 36, 35, 36, 35, 39, 37, just within this range. So USD is strong. If you look at this place, they are doing almost the same thing, removing both long, removing short. When they remove this side, they remove this other side. When they add this side, they will add this other side. Okay, but it's just that they removed more on the long, so it just fell a bit. But USD, I tell you, USD is strong from what I'm seeing on my screen. Practically, what I'm seeing on my screen, the data here, I can see from 81.5, it just dropped a bit to 78. So it's not that much. It's not that much. If you look at this one from 17.9, which is supposed to be increasing if they are interested in shorting it. Now, you can see from 17.7, it was also reducing to 12.8. So you can see that they are almost doing the same thing, removing on both sides. Udwak, mute yourself. So USD is strong. If you're trading USD, if you're trading against USD, just be careful. Be very careful while trading against USD. Another pair we have also is CAD. You can see CAD here. The net position also is increasing. It's increasing. So CAD is strong. You may say that the strength is a bit mixed, but for me, I would say that CAD is strong. CAD is strong from the data I'm seeing sentimentally. CAD is strong. Following GBP, Euro, CAD, the trade of these currencies, they are strong. Okay. From minus 10K, it went to plus 12K. If you look at the percentage, 38.1, it dropped to 29.2. Almost, they removed about 10% from this. Okay. Now, you can see from 30.9, it rose to 37.6. So they are having interest in longing CAD. If you can also look at the chart for CAD pairs, you can see what they are doing. So CAD is strong. The another one we have is gold. The ones I'm outlining, I'm listing now are for the strong currencies. Gold moved from 213K to 100 and oh, I didn't add gold. I'm very sorry. Let me not put gold. Okay, I didn't save it. I added it, but I didn't save it. So let me just take it out. But gold was among those that was strong. I added the data. I didn't save it, but it has gone out. So let's go to the pairs that are weak for me. One is JPY. You can see how JPY has been selling against other pairs. JPY. And the reason is because of what we are seeing here. JPY moved from minus 53 to minus 66 in just this duration, these 8 weeks. You can even see from minus 56, at a point it got to 87 and it dropped a bit and then rose again to 66. So JPY is weak. Sentimentally, they are removing the long and adding more short. Last week, they even removed 5K long and added 1,747 short. If you look at the percentage long, it dropped from 15.9 to 5.2. So they are not having interest on the long. The big boys are shorting JPY. Why on the short side, it moved from 42 down to 38.4. They did not do anything. It's just a range. Okay, it did not drop much on the shorting side. So they have more interest on shorting JPY. So JPY for me is weak. Another pair that is weak is CHEF. But CHEF, one thing I will tell you is what they are doing, I see it that they are doing a bit of hedging. Okay, but sentimentally, they are just hedging CHEF. Now, reason being that Euro is correlating positively with CHEF. If Euro is strong, CHEF is strong. For those that are trading Euro USD and also USD CHEF, if you are buying Euro USD, it means that you are supposed to sell USD CHEF. So if Euro is gaining strength, also note that CHEF, we also have a bit of strength. But CHEF for me is weak from the data I'm seeing here. You can see it at the point it rose to 10.7, and it started falling 2.35, 1.73, and a bit is just this previous week that it just rose to 8. But if you look at what they are doing on the changes in long and short, it's like they are hedging it. But I'm putting it because of the net position from -10 to -9, which means it's still within that range of being weak. So for me, CHEF is weak. Okay. Another pair I have under weak pair, weak currency, another currency I have is AUD. AUD has been falling for some time. AUD. Okay, you can see that they have been removing, they are interested on removing more on the longing side. They remove 4K, 6K, 6K, 4K, 200, 3K. They just added 6, added 3. They now came back and removed it again, -1K, -5K. That was last week. Why they have been doing more of addition on the shorting side. So if we look at the percentage long, it dropped from 9.2 to 6.1. And on the long, you can see 53.8 come to this place, 51.1. So it's just within that range on the shorting side, while on the longing side, it is reducing. If you go below that 8 weeks, you can see at the point it got to 15, 18, 21, 16, 15, 14, 12. And from this place, it started dropping. Looking at the neck position, you can see from 81, it increased on the negative side to 91. At the point 88, it now dropped to 70 something. Now it went back to 86,000. So AUD for me is weak. But what you see in the market, like last week, due to the strength of gold, you know, AUD they have in Australia, they do more on gold and tourism. Okay, their natural reserves. So when gold started pushing up, you discover that AUD2 started pushing up on the chart, but sentimentally, you discover that AUD is weak. AUD is weak. Oil fell a bit in the market, but that falling is not that much. So I'm putting oil to have a mixed trend. I'm putting oil to have a mixed trend. It's a very strong commodity. So oil is just in a kind of traded in a range. They are hedging it. It's not that much. The drop is not that much. From 338, 360, 385, 373 is still around that 368, 363. So oil has a mixed strength. I think Ima was doing some, and I gave us some analysis on oil. So it just dropped a bit from 25.2 to 22. This one 7.3 to 5.2. So you can see that both of them are reducing. So they are a bit more on the hedging side. This one too, I added it, but I didn't save it. So it just went up. I didn't save it. I didn't save it. It was a mistake. NZD2 has a mixed strength. NZD has a mixed strength. I would have added it on the week pairs, but I didn't. It has a mixed strength. So these are the few ones we have. I would have added BTC, but the data just got missed. I don't know what really happened.
All right.
Maybe next week we'll add it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Robinson, for showing us with the COT. See, when we were going through COT, it just got back into my memory that I skipped a pair I was supposed to analyze. Gold. Now, speaking of gold, let's quickly look at gold. When during our last analysis class, yes, I told you people that that was when gold made this move. This move was made on a Friday last week. 11th Friday last week. And I told you people that when gold opens, you should be waiting for some form of pullback in a form of a channel or of some sort. And gold did exactly that and continued to buy. Now, if you were part of my class when I was teaching, if you are part of the lessons where we're talking about chart patterns, that we talked about a rising wedge at a resistance, we spoke about it, and clearly gold needed to shake off some pips before it can continue this move. So it gladly did that, and with this candlestick alone, it dropped at least 200 pips, giving it space to continue its rally upwards. Now, gold will need to shake off some pips again, but for me, gold hasn't gotten to its destination. You see, this destination for gold comes from a previous resistance. trading is using past data to be able to understand where the future market price action might get to. So you see that the market reacted from here back to 2001's high, the high of 2001. So the market is gradually pursuing the high of 2001. So we'll be expecting a reaction. Now, given with the current tensions, maybe there might be a temporal break above that region. But when the market gets to this region, we'll be looking to short the market. So for now, in gold, when there is a pullback, I'll be looking to enter the buy and chase the market back up to this zone, anywhere between 1914 and 1920 to short the market. Hello, Mr. Josh.
Please repeat analysis on gold. Please say you buy when there's a pullback, you buy to which zone?
I'll be looking to buy till when we get to where the market, because if you've listened to my boss, Mr. Josh teach, he will tell you that my price is a vector quantity, has direction and momentum. Now, price is currently pursuing the high of 2001. That is somewhere around here, 1910 to 1920, within this zone. Now, with the current tensions going on, yes, gold might be, sorry. Gold might be a bit stretched if you're looking at my RSI. So I'm hoping that there'll be some form of a pullback, maybe a trickle down effect of the market, a pullback from somewhere around here, creating some form of double top. But if the market pulls back to this zone, anywhere 1870, I'll be looking to take a buy back up. Now, when the market gets to that between 1910 and 1920, maybe slightly above, I will now be comfortable shorting this market and selling it from that top. Because when the market gets to a zone of significant support and resistance, there will be a reaction. If support and resistance is the only thing you trade in this market, my brother, my sister, I assure you, you would make profits. Wait, be patient and wait for the market to get to a zone of significant support or resistance and take your trade entry. You will make profits in this market. Does anyone have any particular question? And please check the chat room. The link has been dropped for those who would like to learn how to build their own custom trading robots. UTB Academy has made this option available for its clients, or for the clients of FX Space.
Please, which chat platform?
The Zoom chat platform. Just click on it, and while we're talking again, I'll post it again, so it's there. Yeah, Mr. Gozi, I saw you asked that. Okay, Mr. Josh has answered you. What COT means? COT means commitment of traders.
Thank you very much, Emma. Good evening, everyone. Sorry, so sorry I joined late. I was out. Okay. Are you guys done with currencies? I have just 2 pairs.
Yeah, we're done. Go ahead.
Okay, with currency analysis.
Go ahead.
Okay, I have just Euro GBP and Euro LZ. You know the time should be 1 hour, so I'll try to be fast. Just give you entry prices. Then you choose your stop loss. Let me share my screen. Can I share screen, please?
Sure, let me make a call. Yes, you can share your screen.
Okay. I don't know if anyone has done Euro NZ.
No, we didn't cover it.
Okay. From COT analysis and my charts, Euro NZ is back. It's actually a bullish market, but then since last week, since 2 weeks, it closed as a dark cloud cover last week, and someone identified that dark cloud cover and we put it for a sale last week, and it sold massively, and I think it's almost back to where we'll be looking for a buy. So I'm looking at buying.
Hello, isn't there, please? Which currency pair is this?
This Euro NZ.
Okay.
So I'm looking at buying EURUNZ, sorry, between 1.68,000, which is here, or between these two range. That means it depends on your time frame of entry. If you see any chart pattern on lower time frame that will prompt your entry, 1.68,000 is fine. Okay. If you see some rejection of candlesticks and all of that, but then you can wait for it at 1.67,000. That's 100 pips difference, so that our stop loss can be quite low. But if it doesn't come here, that means probably going to move from here. But just use lower time frame to check your entry pattern. I know it's between, for me, a buy is between 1.68,000 to 1.78,000, which is 100 pips difference. So put it on your watch list. The last is EURUGBP. 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 Okay. Now EURUGBP is also going for a buy for the week. And my entry point have always been 0.83,000 for EURUGBP, which is this. Okay. We have how many pips to go? Where it is. Okay. About 30 pips to go to touch 0.83,000. So remember, I always tell you, for price to reverse, it should give us some pattern of chart pattern, be it in your lower time frame or higher time frame, depending on the move, how many pips it could move. So it will definitely print a chart pattern within your 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, and all of that. So if you see chart pattern around this zone, please, it's also a buy for EURUGBP. So these are the 2 pairs I have. I joined late. I have other pairs, but we want the time to be exactly 1 hour. So if you have more, any person in the room that has any other pair should present to us. Else we can use these 5 minutes to attend to some questions. Except there's any other person who says anything.
Hello, madam.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening, sir.
Please, the Euro NZD, is it a buy or a sell?
It's a buy within those 2 prices I gave. Yes.
Okay.
A buy.
Okay.
Within 0.88,000 and 0.87,000. Buy.
I'm talking about the Euro New Zealand dollar.
Yes, that's the buy is within those zones. That's the entry price for a buy.
You said 1.68,000 and 1.67,000, right?
Yes, okay. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. So, Emma, is there any other thing, or we should attend to questions?
We can comfortably attend to questions. I'll just use the platform to try and remind them that I have dropped the link for those who are interested in the robots. Yes, it's current now, and book your space. I'll keep on dropping. I'll drop the link again in the chat room. Please go ahead and check it. Click the link. It will take you to a form. Fill the form and book your space.
So let's attend to more questions. If you're in this room, and I know some things might have confused you about the COT, that's another form of analysis that traders carry out. I know if you've been in our class, you taught you about sentimental analysis. That's a kind of sentimental analysis where you have traders orders, what they're interested in to buy for the week or to sell for the week. That information is also available. Please mute your mic for traders to make use of. What you'll be taught on how to use it. COT on a
Sorry, isn't it? Please check if your YouTube is on. If you have YouTube opened in any profile.
I don't. That's what I'm checking. I don't know where it's echoing. So don't worry about the information. Just take the informations given out. Okay, if you know how to use them. But on the education, we'll be taught on how to use COT analysis. It's another form of, or another way that the market can be analyzed via sentimental analysis. So you'll be taught on how to use it. But if you have any other question based on what we've analyzed,
all right. Mr. King Dan, I can see your hand raised. Please put on your mic. What's your question? King Dan.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello. Yeah, I can hear you. From this chat, which she just analyzed now, giving
I can't hear you. Your network is really bad.
Hello?
I can hear you now.
I can hear you now. Okay. This chart, this which was analyzed here.
Yes.
Can you? Yes. This GBP, which was analyzed, how did she come up to? No, she just showed us that from our chart here, it is a buy. It is a buy pair. So I like, how did she know?
Okay.
It's a buy.
I see that. Okay. I understand. I see that you were not in the last week's webinar, because in the last webinar we talked about price filling that void. It's those two bullish candles, the two green candles, the two really large green candles created some form of price void. And if you look at it in weekly, you see why she says it's a buy. So now the market has come back to fill that void and has come closer to her entry that she put out since last week.
Okay. Secondly, for some of you getting confused on how to get entry, that is the essence of your intermediate classes. That's why we say don't miss your intermediate classes. On your intermediate class, you'll be taught on different methods of engaging market. I have my methods. I have reasons to go for a buy or sell. Okay, but I can't. This is analysis class. We can just give you entry point to enable traders trade and make profit. But follow your classes so that you can learn different ways that will show you where to buy. I keep emphasizing technical analysis is where should I buy, where should I sell. So all of that will be taught on how to engage the market for a buy or sell. So for those of you that are still undergoing courses or undergoing your classes, your training, please stay put. Your classes will teach you some of these things. Okay, where you still need to come out here and analyze the market for us and tell us where you buy and sell as time goes on. So just stay put, you learn all of these techniques in your intermediate classes. Thank you.
All right.
I hope that's fine.
I have a question.
Right. Good evening, everyone.
Please, I have a question. Good evening.
Okay, what's your question?
My question is that please later review the entry point for that GBP NZD.
GBP NZD or Euro NZD? Which one?
Okay, what was Euro NZD? Sorry.
We gave both of them, so but I think you meant Euro NZD.
Okay, yeah.
Let me share the chart of Euro NZD. This is Euro NZD.
Okay.
Entry point is around 1.68,000, between 1.68,000 and 1.69,000. So like I said, the difference is just 100 pips.
See that GBP NZ, you have been waiting for that chart. I came very late, sir. I don't know what.
So I said between 6, is just a difference of 100. It's either you are getting entry here for a buy or you are getting at 1.67,000. So, but then I said it depends on your risk management and the chart pattern you could see on lower time frame between these two zones. But I know I might wait for it at 1.67,000 for a buy. But if you see reason to buy it around 1.68,000, you can buy. But your risk in this case will be higher, it will be more. So I would rather choose this so that my risk will be quite slow. But remember, it's all opportunity. If it doesn't come to 167,000, it might likely miss that first move. So it all depends on your risk. So this for Euro NZ. So Josh wanted to say something. Go ahead. We still have 10 minutes to close the meeting.
Please, the GBP and ZD, please.
Okay. GBP NZD. Sorry, Sir Josh, I'm just telling GBP NZD.
No, don't worry, just answer that question.
Okay, sir. GBP NZD. Can you see my chart? Sorry, let me share my chart with you quickly. Just quickly on amount. So with GBP NZD, price has given us a double top on the daily time frame. That is here being our first top and here being the second. However, the price has come to the neckline of the double top, and price can easily bounce from here and continue going back up. So what I said is that we are waiting for a break of this neckline and a retest before a continuation. So we'll be looking to enter this market anywhere at after the break of the neckline and a retest of 2.0300, anywhere between 2.02500 to 2.0300. That's where we'll be looking to enter this market. I hope that answered your question. So wait for the break first and a retest.
So are we entering as a selling?
Yes, we'll be looking to sell the market. All right. So Mr. Josh. Hello, Mr. Josh.
Yes, Mr. Imahana. Okay, so good evening, everyone. Let's let me I have like 3 or 4 pairs I need to look at. So, I think Ezine has talked about you. Hey, Ma, can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir.
Ezine has talked about Euro NZD, and I think Euro NZD and GBP NZ. No, Euro GBP, Euro GBP and Euro NZ. Ezine has talked about it. So for me, I'll go straight to EuroCHF and AUD card. EuroCHF and AUD card. Please, give me permission to make me co-host to share my screen.
Okay, sir, you're co-host, you can share.
Okay, I said EuroCHF. Let me. Okay, EuroCHF. I actually have a buy as EuroCHF, but I actually did this analysis with a student not too long. He might be here also. So I have this buy bias for EuroCHF. I have a confluence that is giving me a buy bias. So I'll just be looking at if the market will play out as expected. Now, if you look at my chart here, this place is reacting on a very powerful native level of price. If you know me, I trade native level of price. I trade pure price action and price language, because I believe price have a language. You need to understand the language to trade effectively. I'll remove all of these things and continue the analysis. Okay, this is my chart. Right, this is the last week when I was doing, these are native level I drew while we're discussing. These are the native levels I drew, except this. So these are my native levels for last week. So it's giving me a guide as to what I'm expecting for this week. So I will expect price to play around this axis. If it breaks above, then based on my arrow, you'll see what I'm expecting. Okay, so what I'm looking at is that when the market opens, depending on the candlestick that the market is opening with, for me, I would prefer a sell down. My bias is a buy, but I want to prefer this little sell down. Then the market will go up, do a pullback up to this point, giving me what is called an inverse head and shoulder for me to complete the next movement up. So inverse head and shoulder, if it happens, wonderful. But if the market moves from here, then if it moves while during the Asian section and the London section, I'll wait for a pullback to this zone to continue my buy. So my bias for this pair is a buy. I actually will not give you an entry for now because the market, I'll just give you two scenarios the market could do. The market could move from here. Market could actually move from here, or the market would scale down a little, giving me an opportunity. If you look, this is another block which I drew from the on when I was in analysis. This is another block. So if the market is selling, first is that I'll be expecting price to enter this other block and it will get rejected. If it gets rejected, I will initiate my buy. If the market buys and take out this high, take out the high of, the low and the close of last week. If it takes it out, I'll wait for a retest on this high or the low or the close of last week for me to initiate a buy. And if this thing happens, my first take profit for this market is this. I know the market will come to this point and get rejected, which is the open of last week, which is the opening price of last week. Price will come to that native level of the opening price of last week. And if the market still have a buy momentum, they will be expecting price up to this point first. This might take profit first. If it breaks this, then it's going to complete the remaining leg, which is somewhere around here. But for now, this is not what I'm looking at. I'm looking at price coming to this point, this low, and giving me opportunity to engage the market for a buy. So coming to hit this other block, then go back, close above the close and the low of last week period. Then we'll wait for a rejection down. In case you have not entered the market, you wait for a rejection down to that level, that native level of the low and the close of last week. Then we can initiate our buy. So aggressive traders want to wait here for the market to give a clear inverse head and shoulder for a buy. But for me, if I see a rejection, because I trade other block and I understand the other block psychology, if market closes, if market did not leave 50% of its body into this other block, it makes me believe that this market, my buy has set. Then I'll be looking for a total soup entry to enter the market for a buy. Then I'll be scaling the market. My take profit will be 1.06110. That's my take profits. My first take profit, not this. This is in case it brings that. My first take profit is 1.05400. That's my first take profit. So that means wherever I get the market, let me say I get the market from here, in case I didn't get start of the low. From here to here is about 125 pips. 125 pips. So that is what I'm expecting price if it start moving to go to the high of last week before it continues with the high of last 2 weeks and last 3 weeks. So, and that is the high. This is a very strong native level. Then we'll be scaling down for a sell. But for now, my bias for EuroChef is a buy.
Excuse me, Mr. Chair.
Please,
Mr. Josh, please,
yes.
Can you be calling the prices as you're doing? Call the price. Hello?
That's what I remember what I said. I said I might not be calling the price now because I'm expecting price to do two things until it plays out. I'm expecting price Okay, let me give you two scenarios. Let me give you my two scenarios I'm looking at. I said first, if the market breaks below this level now, I'm expecting price to come to this other block. It is coming to this other block. And this other block, I like putting my distance at the beginning of the other block. Okay, at this other block, I'm expecting price at 1.0400, 1.0400. If it happens that the market break below and enter that other block, in as much as it did not leave 50% of its body, that's the body of that candlestick in that other block, I will initiate a buy. But don't worry, in class, if you're in your intermediate class, we'll teach you how to do that. Because once it enters this, my other block, this is H4, I will scale down to like 30 minutes to look for candlestick pattern that will give me an early buy and inside this other block. But in case I do not see it, I'll be waiting for price to close above my other block. Then I will initiate the buy. I will initiate the buy. And when the market buys, it will come back to do a test on this native level. And the native level is 1.04200. You see why I said I cannot give you an entry yet, but I'm just giving you two scenarios. It's either you look at for this or you look at for this. It's within the range. Then after that, we are scaling up. We're scaling up to 120 something pips. That is what we are looking at. Don't worry about what will happen at this level. Don't worry about what will happen at this level. This level does not have the weight to hold the price. If it comes up, come down to do a retracement or a test of this native level, this zone does not have the level to hold the price. The price definitely is coming to this point. First, 1.0500. That is where I'm looking at and engaging, taking my first profit. If the market still have enough space to bless me more, then I'll be looking at it at this point, at this buy. So that's my bias for Euro and Euro chart.
Okay, thank you very much.
Oxycar.
Mr. Josh.
You're welcome. Yes.
Good evening.
Yes, evening.
Now, okay, you said if the market enters the other block down,
yes,
and get rejected, and if it does not leave more than 50% of its body inside the block, then it's a sell. Now
it's a buy.
Sorry, it's a buy. Now, if the market enters and it gets rejected, so if the market enters and it gets rejected, and more of its body is inside the block, what then do we look out for?
Then you need to wait and look at what happened to the next candlestick. The next candlestick could be a bullish candlestick that will take it out of the other block.
Okay.
But if the next candlestick is a bearish candlestick, stay clear. Look for opportunity to sell.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Yes. Thank you.
Yes. So the rule is that price should not leave 50% of its body in an other block. But if you have the wick in the other block, it makes it very clear. And the market closing as a hammer, where the body of the hammer is on top of the other block. It's a very beautiful entry. What it means is that wick it has created into the other block, just take some pips away from that wick is your stop loss. The market just went there to give you a stop loss. So what I'm saying is that this market can come down somewhere around there and come here somewhere around there. Now take out this low here, but leave a wick behind. If you see that, that's why I said I will scale down to a lower time frame. I'll scale down to a lower time frame. That's where I will see that movement early enough. Then I will initiate the buy. And if it takes me out of this other block, then I will lock my entry and look for a mocha phone to sit there. Okay, so that is for Euro chess. Now I want to talk about Oxycar. You know, one of my private students that gave me this PSF after we analyzed it in the class. Very beautiful pair I want to trade. Euro card. Sorry, Oxy card. Let me look for Oxy card. In the analysis already. Okay. Yes, this is what we're talking about. Oxy card. Now I did in an Oxy card. I came here. I drew the native levels of price. I drew the native levels of price that I'm looking based on intraday trading. Based on intraday trading, that's what we have done. That's analysis we did based on intraday trading. I told him we are looking at this market. This market, I'm actually looking for a sell bias, but I will tell you why I'm looking for a sell bias. But if it nullifies it, then we'll be looking for a buy bias. Now, I agree that on a daily time frame, the Oxy card have this body close. Look at the last candlestick on Friday. It has this body close here at this high. It has this body closed at this high, which tells me that the market has a momentum. You look at last week closed as in decision candlestick, but this week has body. So now what does that tell me? Even though I know that this market is reacting at a native level, which is this one here, at the native level of price, ordinarily what I'm looking at is a sell bias. If I want to look at on this, because this period separator tells me monthly bias, before the end of February, this market will sell. So my long-term bias is a sell. So what happened is that when I went to H1, these are my native levels. So we're looking at price when the market opens, like what we discussed. When the market opens, you are looking at price. You are looking at what will happen. Because as we said on Monday, you might just sit down and watch what the market is doing. It's not a must that you trade on Monday. Most traders do not trade on Monday. Why? Because the market is still doing washing and setting. It has not really relaxed, because most of the market makers that will push the market they are just coming back from holiday, from weekend, you know. So they will be taking their time to settle into the market. So Monday, most traders does not trade on Monday. They use it to check the market and to ensure that the analysis is playing out. Then on Tuesday, they will start initiating their trade. But be it what it is, this candlestick closed as engulfing. It engulfed the previous candlestick, and it has not taken out the high of this candlestick. So my bias is a sell, depending on how the market will open today and what will happen by the London section. If the London section takes out this high, then my bias will change. But even if my bias change, I said that even if my bias change, that I'll be looking at price coming somewhere around here for an order block. Where did I even draw that order block? Okay. Well, let me go to daily first. Okay. Now I will come here. I will come to my daily time frame. Look at this order block. I've just drawn this order block, waiting for price to come to this order block and reject. Let's see what happens. Let's see how the rejection will be. So I'm just looking at possibly this thing will just go in, because if you look at this is like those my colleagues that trade chart pattern will tell you that this is a what do you call it? Plasmodia, whatever, inverse head and shoulder. Do you understand? For a buy, me possibly to complete this leg at this point, to complete this leg where I have my order block. So if this market is buying, I'm expecting it to enter into this order block and get rejected, then I will initiate my sell. That means my sell has set reset, which will coincide with my long time frame. But if not, if the market is selling at this point, then we know that when you come to H1, I'm doing what's it called? If you see me, I'm doing what's
double top
multi-time frame analysis. Okay, so when you come to the H1, you'll be seeing that if this market continues to sell, see, let me tell you, once a candlestick opens today, this night, and it opens with pressure down, it tells me we're having a sell bias. That means that's what it means to have a good day, a good week, and a good month. So once this market comes and breaks and have a pressure down, that means we're looking for a sell bias. Well, that means we're selling this market. What I would be expecting is possibly price coming up if the market wants to buy, in as much as it did not take out this high, we are selling. We are selling the market. It could enter here at this point, and we'll sell this market down to this point. We'll sell this market, and this is our take profit figure. We're coming to the low of this last week. We're coming to the low to come and see what happened. So that means the market would have done this move up, this move down, this move up. And if you understand chart pattern, this market is coming to do what is called, coming to complete the M.
Double top.
This market is coming to, yeah, this is a double top, yes, but the market is coming to complete the M. If it starts selling by tomorrow, by London section tomorrow, this market is coming to complete the M. So we're taking our take profit. Okay, let's be reasonable. We're taking our take profit at 0.91200. 0.91200. That's what we're having our take profit figure if the market is selling, because the market is going to complete the M. It's going to complete the M. If you know how to trade harmonics, then you should measure this part. After you measure this other one, and this other one, this one that went up. In as well as I did not take this high, it will tell you the harmonics pattern you are about to trade, that is about to form. It could be a butterfly, it could be a bar. You understand? So it could be Gatling. So if it's Gatling, to tell you the measurement, what you'll be expecting on this, the extent to which this leg will go. It could tell you to go 161.8 of the Fibonacci retracement. Please let me not say too much before the new ones will start asking me plenty of questions. Don't worry, you'll get to that. But what we're saying is that this market, if it does not buy above, it will come back and complete this M. If you understand the native levels, I said it, you don't need all of those Fibonacci levels. You don't need all of those Fibonacci or harmonics numbers. You just know that this market is coming down to this point. And as it's coming to this point, it's coming to make complete an M. Okay, that's my bias for that's, I've talked about, I have 4 pairs. I've talked about, isn't it, talked about Euro GBP. Euro GBP, we are going in for a buy. I've always had buy in mind, even if the market is doing what it knows best. But my bias is for the buy, because if you look at this now, somebody that was asking about the other block. Now look at my other block. You came to fill this void, like what I've always said. It has filled this void. So let's see if, like the question that I don't know, is it that Gozida asked me when I was taking a Euro chair. Now this candlestick, this one entered, let some about 50% of its body. Now we said, okay, let's see what the next candlestick. It entered with momentum. Now it has hit the low of the other block. Now it is getting rejected gradually. So let's see. At this point, actually will not do anything until I see a bullish hammer above this other block. Then we can engage a buy, because this Euro GBP is actually a buy bias for me.
Mr. Josh.
Yes.
Mr. Josh, this other block, we are yet to treat other block.
Okay, just hear it now. Later, when we treat it.
Because you talk other block all the time.
This other block,
Isn't it told you, this is weekly analysis. You have your classes where we discuss these things in detail. Do you understand? This is
yes, sir.
live weekly analysis where we take trade. So most of the traders that are in this trade, this platform now, they know what I mean by other block. If you don't know, don't worry about it. Don't bother about it. We will teach you other block. But when we teach you other block, when I said I will teach other block and so many things, is when you have funded your life account. We'll teach you everything you need, though. We'll teach you everything you need. But you see, some of those price language, we have reserved it for during your mentorship. We have our syllabus for intermediate. We'll teach you everything. In fact, with that intermediate, you can trade Forex and trade it well. But this other extra step is for those ones that have funded their life account with FSPs. We're giving them that giveaway. You understand? We're giving them that giveaway. Because if you have not funded your life account and you want me to teach you these other ones, like the native levels of price and other block and FVG and LV, and how to have a good day, a good week, a good month, then that one is a private class. Then we'll discuss about that. But for those ones that have traded, that have funded their life account, we say we're giving them as a benefit for doing business with us, because we promise that once you got into a mentorship, to advance, we are not leaving you, we'll hold you, you'll continue with us as we trade this market. So there are opportunities where we'll have to discuss all of this, but don't worry, we'll have you covered. We'll always ensure that you understand all of these things. So that is clear, right? Hello.
Yes, sir, it is.
Hello. All right, thank you very much.
That is very, very clear, sir. Thank you.
All right, well done. All right, please, we've talked about.
Hello. Good evening, sir.
Hello.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Who is that?
Good evening, sir.
Evening.
Hello, sir. What I want to ask is that after every analysis, I will have suggested that maybe on the WhatsApp, they should just write all what I mean
we're looking at.
Yes, and everything they should write it, and then together with the
join the Telegram group. Mr. Lawal, join the Telegram
sir.
group. The prices are usually posted again just before entry on the Telegram group.
Okay.
And you can always rewatch this video on YouTube.
Okay. Together with the stop loss and the take profit.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, it is. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
All right. I think you heard Emma talking about how to create your robots, how to create a robot indicator. So FS Space is offering that platform to teach you how to create your indicator, use your strategy to do that robot so that it would be telling you when to take trade and when not to take trade. And the seminar is coming up very soon to ensure you log in and see how you do it yourself. Those robots you pay $200, $300, $400. FS Space is bringing it to your doorstep to assist you see what you can do. So ensure you click on the link you are sent on the normal this platform, the chat platform. Check the link and see what happened on the link, and ensure you are there present. What's happening now? Somebody.
Which pair is this that is showing on this screen?
Sorry?
Which pair is this?
This 0 GBP.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, this 0 GBP. So we're expecting a buyback. Like this, I just drawn this my trend line now. If the market moves to this place, it will do this first, then come back and test this trend line. If you've learned trend line and did not break below, then we are initiating what a buy up to this point. So that is what we're looking for in Euro GBP. All right, thank you very much. I think we've exhausted the time. This is 10:31. We've done 30 minutes until the time. So good evening, everyone. Emma, I don't know if there's any announcement.
Hello?
Is somebody talking? We're not hearing you.
That's serious.
Very much. All right, Emma.
Yes, sir. There's no other announcement.
Can you imagine? Hello, Mr. Josh.
Yes.
The link, are you sending it in the UTB Traders Academy platform?
The Telegram link, yes, it will be sent there.
Okay, you'll send it there.
Okay.
You'll send it there.
All right.
All right, thank you very much, everyone. I don't know, Kong Dan or King Dan. I don't know, you're raising your hand. Is it you want to ask question or it was something you did before now?
I want to ask a question.
Let's give you the last chance to be. You'll be the last one to ask question.
Okay. For this chart you just analyzed for us here, and you're talking about the other block. And from your analysis, if the bearish candle should go beyond the other block, and you're saying it's going to test it and go back and initiating it back. But what if it closes it and still going?
As the candlestick does something like this. Is that what you mean? Like this. The candlestick goes somewhere like this, right? Like started selling. Like started selling.
Okay.
That's if the candlestick starts selling. That's if the candlestick starts selling.
Yes.
Okay, if this candlestick starts selling, there's no problem. What I will do is that, this market is not our own. What I will do is that, market is not our own. Oh, shit. Okay, what I'll do, because the market is not actually my own, it's not my father's market. What I will do is that when the market starts selling, I will scale down to T1. Let me see another level. Let me see another level. I want to show you another level I'll be looking at. Good. Now look at this. When the market starts selling, let me remove this so that it will be clear. Okay, when the market starts selling, I'll be looking, see this level, let me tell this level that this market is now is a very, very strong level. Very, very strong level. But this is weekly. I will scale down to monthly time frame. Now I'll be looking at price, what is happening. In fact, if you see, I've actually done my analysis also. I've done my analysis even on monthly time frame. So what I'm saying is that once this market starts selling, if it breaks this level, this line, this is a yearly low. If this market breaks this line, look at this period separator. Between this period separator is 1 year. What it means is that this market is rallying within the low of 2021. This is 2020. This is 2019. This one is 2018. This one is 2017. This is 2016. This one is, it was having as resistance at 20 what? This 2013. Brother, for this market to break this low, I will not do anything again. It's just to continue to sell. But brother, this market will not break this low this February.
It go hard to break.
It cannot break this low this February.
Mr. Josh, what is the currency pair, please?
This Euro GBP.
Okay.
It will not break this low this year. Sorry, this February is not possible. We'll be talking about March, April, May. So what the market is doing, that I'm looking at this low. This market that is doing if it breaks below, another place I'll be waiting for this market is somewhere around here. It has even passed. It has passed that place, not even there. What I will be looking for is that I'll be waiting for if it breaks below that, my other block, bros, I will sell that market. I will sell it to this line. Let me go to G1 so that you understand what I'm saying. If it breaks below this, if this market breaks below this line, if it breaks below this line, bros, I'm selling this market into this point. See where I'll take my profit, 0.81, 0.8100. That is where I will take my profit if this market starts selling. Once it takes out this low, brother, because it's still possible that this market can come here and do a double bottom here. Then before it starts selling, it starts buying. It's still possible that it will do a double bottom. So if it breaks this, my other block, I will sell it to this point and see what happens. Because selling it to this point is like, this in half pip value is like this 39 pips or 42 pips. If I like, I can sell it to this point and wait for the buy. But if it breaks this line, brother, I'm off from the buy. What I'll be doing is I will invest the whole of my energy selling Euro GBP, and I'll be having 178 pips in mind. But it will be very difficult for it to break. Something must happen to break this place. Something must happen to break this place. GBP have given rates, have done their rate hike now. They've done their rate hike. So we're not expecting anything extraordinary unless something happens. A powerful news is what will break that thing. But if not, brother, Europe will always take its direction. COT told you that Europe is strong. GBP is strong. But the one that is stronger will take the. All right. Thank you very much. Let's.
Josh, sorry.
Sir Josh, please, one thing.
Josh, fundamentals is also telling us that because of it, we need to also be very, very careful with Europe.
The what?
The tension between Russia and Ukraine.
Ukraine, yes.
Yes. Fundamentally,
it has been having effect in the markets now. It has been having effect in the market. The effect is seen in the market. Do you understand? So many of these investors are investing their money in a safe haven currency. So it's having effect, but it doesn't rule out the fact that we'll be having our short buy and sell. But the truth of the matter is that what I have just shown you on this scene is a yearly low. A yearly low. See, when you do analysis in a monthly time frame, a yearly time frame, brother, anything that happens will align. Where you'll be having all those manipulations will just be in smaller time frame. It will be in smaller time frame. That's why you see investors. What they do is that they don't do this your 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour trade, 4 hours. No, they do the analysis in a yearly time frame and enter that trade in a monthly time frame. Any news that wants to come out within the months, it will align. Once they know the direction of the market, it will align. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Yes, you are.
This is Euro GBP since, let me say, this is 2020. This is a high. Since 2020, Euro GBP has been selling. Euro GBP has been selling. Imagine somebody that did this analysis since 2020, 2 years ago, I say Euro GBP, I want to sell Euro GBP. The guy will be in this cell and be collecting his money. But we that are doing buy and sell, every day we run, every 30 minutes we run, every 10 minutes we run, we'll have high BP. But this man has just relaxed, sat down, used like 1,000 pips or 5,000 pips as a stop loss, and the market is rallying down. No story.
Okay, Josh, now equity we get equity where.
No, I know they talk about us now. You should say me and they talk say we they enter the commode. They talk about investors. You understand? So
yes, sir.
Yes, so that is investors. That's what they do. But what we try to do is that we try to mimic them, even if we don't have that equity. We try to mimic them. That's why we say do your analysis in a higher time frame and take your direction in just a lower time frame. If you do analysis in a weekly time frame, monthly time frame, go to D1 and be trading, depending on your time and equity. But if you don't have equity, especially when you are inexperienced, those ones that are coming up, they want to see the market and see the hot. No problem. Just be understanding the rhythm of the market. But if you understand the price language, I don't think you have a problem. We have a class, we're teaching you, we're teaching you what we trade. If you look at what I teach you, I come back, is still what is on my trade. That's what I trade. We try to ensure that they will give you all you need to succeed. And what you need to compensate us is to ensure you open accounts. I'm talking about those ones. If everybody, for us to have this time, spend time, these are almost 2 hours, spending time to do this analysis and all of that, and all of us take trade, by grace of God, it goes that direction and we'll make some good money. We're not saying you should give us the money, but it's better you trade with FX space because they are the ones bringing this opportunity. It won't be good, they do all of these things and you go to use another broker. It's actually not nice. Let me tell you the simple truth. And if you don't open an account, please, you need to open an account and ensure you enjoy all of these things. Good evening, everyone.
Hello, good evening. Sorry, please, you should forgive me for I just want to ask some very important question. Please.
Yes, ask.
Okay. Talking of learning this, you're giving us the analysis and all of that. Okay, and for like a beginner class like us, and like as we get this Sunday analysis, so is it possible for us if we have the fund like we're told in the class, that was our first class, I think that was on Saturday also, that the minimum we can invest, we can start trading, which is like $50. And then is it possible if we have that amount now, while at this account will give us signals to trade with? So can we possibly do that while we learn?
Yes, of course, you can. You can. That's what we also encourage. By the time you have opened, if you are a beginner, you don't have knowledge of Forex, we beg you with the name of God, only trade pairs that we give you, and use the lot size that we give you. In fact, let me still tell you now, before you, when you fund a $50 account, brother, use 0.01. Don't be tempted to use more than 0.01. Under any guise, don't do that. We're interested in you making money and not you losing money. Please, when you fund that account, only trade the pair or signals we give you on our platform. Only trade that signal. Don't trade what you think. No, please. And we'll give you the lot size. For you to have funded $50, $100, please 0.01 lot size, so that you will not deplete that money.
Thank you very much.
So please, it's important you fund. If you have the money, fund. So you can call any of us, any of the admin will assist you to fund the live account.
You guys should help us drop on WhatsApp the Telegram platform and the other links to do other things.
No problem. We'll do that, brother. We'll do that.
Thank you.
Sir Josh. Sir
Yes.
Josh, good evening. Please,
yeah,
this COT data, how do we access it, please?
Robinson, are you there? Robinson. Let me see if Robinson is in the room. I think there is a website. There is a website that, I'm not a COT trader. That's my challenge. I'm not a COT trader. You know, everybody have their strengths. And that's why in TV we have all this
language.
So, all right. I think I will make Robinson. It seems network has taken him out of the market.
Hello, sir.
The room.
Hello.
I will have Miss Armstrong. I'm coming. Miss Armstrong.
Yes,
I will have Robinson to paste the website that you
All
get.
right, sir.
But the truth is that you need to learn it, because it's a raw data, and he will teach you how to collect the raw data and put it in tabular form, where you know currencies that hedge funds are putting their money, their investment into, so that when you have that knowledge, some knowledge of technical analysis and fundamental analysis, it's going to help you to a great deal.
All right, sir.
So he will send you. I think I used to know that, but I've forgotten. You know, something you don't use regularly. Robinson is a master of that.
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir.
So I will have him.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
I want to ask something. That can someone have one or more brokers?
Huh?
Can someone have one or more brokers?
Why do you need more than one broker?
No, it's a question. I'm just asking. And then once you have another brokers, is it the same signal they used to trade the others? Once someone have one signal, can someone use it to trade other brokers?
Please, before you continue, those that is asking for Telegram group is only meant for those that have live account with FS Space. We can't give you bread, butter, sugar, milk, everything. And for crying out loud, we also need, in fact, it's for those that funded live account with FS Space. For those asking for signal for Telegram. If I see anyone there that is not, that I will personally move the person, exit the person from the group.
Okay, thank you.
What is the Telegraph platform, the name? I found that I don't know. I don't think I'm there.
Okay.
They'll send you the link.
We'll send you the link. Okay. If you know you funded, chat any of the admin up. the person will send you the link. It's not for not for everybody, please.
So if
Mr. Lawal,
which number? Yes, sir.
Mr. Lawal, it's advisable. See, let me tell you, brokers give you platform to trade the forex market. Okay. When you have a reliable broker, you actually do not need other brokers. If you have a reliable broker, that's what I'm saying. You don't need much broker, because much broker are much headache. Do you understand? So the market is a uniform market. It's a uniform market. Well, if you have a buy in Euro GBP, you can put it in another broker's platform and trade it. But we are advising you that you stay with, because I don't know if you're a newbie, if you're just learning how to trade forex, like you don't have much information about trading forex. What we're telling you is that, see, one thing, for us to tell you use this broker, we know that we have done the due diligence for you. If you have any issue as you trade, what you just need to do is just a call. Once you call, that see, so look at what happened to my trade, this. Immediately we'll call the broker and say, our student is having this issue. Please, what is the problem? Because one thing you need as a trader is the spread. You want to be a very good spread. One, you have security. You need security of your fund, how to deposit and how to withdraw money when you make money. You can follow the broker and you make money. You can't collect your money.
That's the worst of it.
That is true. Yes. I've experienced it.
Yes, you can't collect your money, and you don't have anybody to talk to. You'll be chatting them on the platform. They are not listening to you. They're not even interested in you. See, let me tell you one thing. See, you see when we teach, we expose things. Let me tell you, like the last class I had the last time, I told them what some brokers do. Me, I don't hide mouth. If you like, you trade. If you don't like, you leave. It will not make me not to make money. See, most brokers, they don't have a human face. They will just tell you fund, you chart, fund. In fact, some brokers will tell you, see, fund more. Before they teach you, they just teach you what is forex, buy and sell. You buy here, you sell here. The next thing they tell you, you fund your life account with $1,000. They'll open an account for you, open a leverage of 1:500. Why are they doing that, bros? They'll tell you trade, we'll give you signal, they'll give you signal. That person that is giving you signal is giving you signal on, it could be a swing trader, he could be a scalper. He will give you a signal. Once the thing has moved, you just enter with a high lot. He will tell you use one standard lot. As you knock the trade, the next thing, your $1,000 is gone. You call them, you chat, they tell you, don't worry, fund another one will help you to do this. My brother, we've seen many. What we are doing is that
you are right. You are right, bro.
Leverage of our experience. And that is why we say, fund with FS.
No
Are you talking to us?
Hello?
Yes.
I said you are right, sir. You are right.
Yeah, so fund with FS Space, whatever issue you have on your trade, we're there to assist you, and we'll still assist you as you trade. We'll hold your hand and ensure you are
to make sure that we
know what you can analyze the bet and trade the market. Do you understand?
As well as to have the profit too.
Of course, to have the profit. Why are we here now? We're here to watch Welcome to Rivers State on Nigeria. We're here to make money. To collect money from this industry that's a very big money. There's money in this market. I will need to, even if it is $1 every day, it's not a bad one.
Yes, of course.
All right, thank you very much, everyone. I hope you've done justice to our question.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. All right, thank you. Please, if you're new, don't be missing your class. I beg you in the name of God, because if you miss any class you miss, you've missed so much. And if you call me back for that class, bros, that means you're calling me for a private class. You know what it means. So don't miss the one that FS Space have paid for. If that one is gone, the next one now you're calling me for my time and my data, and you should be paid. You should pay for it. So please don't miss your class. It's very important. Thank you very much, everyone. See you on the other side of success as we trade
continues tomorrow.
Huh?
Intermediate class continues tomorrow.
On Tuesday.
Yeah, intermediate class continues tomorrow by 8 o'clock.
Is that okay?
All right. So do have a good evening and enjoy your
good night, everybody.
Your trading week. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Good night.
Okay.